In the quiet outskirts of a small town, where the sun lazily dipped below the horizon, lived a man who carried shadows in his past. His name was Lucas, a once notorious figure shrouded in whispers of a life stained by his darker deeds. An ex-murderer, Lucas had turned a new leaf, seeking solace in the tranquility of a reclusive existence. He had left behind the blood and the bullets, the violence and the vengeance, the pain and the power. He had found peace in the simple joys of being a father to his only daughter, Emily, a bright and cheerful girl who was the apple of his eye. She was his redemption, his salvation, his reason to live. But fate, relentless as ever, had a different script in store for him. Lucas's life took a seismic turn the moment his daughter, Emily, vanished into the night's embrace. Her disappearance wasn't a happenstancy. It was a meticulously crafted act by an elusive syndicate of kidnappers who preyed on the town's innocence. They had been watching Lucas for a long time, waiting for the right moment to strike. They knew his past, his secrets, his weaknesses. They wanted to use him, to manipulate him, to break him. They wanted to make him pay for his sins. Lucas, haunted by his past, bore the burden of his daughter's safety with an unwavering resolve. He knew he had to find her, to save her, to protect her. He knew he had to face his demons, to confront his enemies, to unleash his wrath. He knew he had to do whatever it took, no matter the cost, no matter the consequences. As the moon cast its silvery glow, Lucas found himself retracing the sinister alleys he had once frequented, seeking whispers, shadows, and echoes of his past. His journey unfurled like a cryptic tapestry of memories, each step a wary dance between redemption and relapse. He revisited the places where he had committed his crimes, where he had spilled blood, where he had made enemies. He searched for clues, for leads, for answers. He followed the trail of breadcrumbs left by the kidnappers, a twisted game of cat and mouse. His dark reputation, a double-edged sword, proved to be both his curse and his advantage. People cowered in his presence, their eyes harboring secrets they dared not utter. But amidst the veils of fear there lay whispers of a network, a clandestine web woven by those who had crossed paths with Lucas during his tumultuous past. Some of them owed him favors, some of them held grudges, some of them wanted to help, some of them wanted to hinder. Determined to use every tool at his disposal, Lucas navigated the maze of his history, his heart pounding with the weight of his daughter's fate. In a dilapidated tavern, where the air was thick with the scent of regret and lost dreams, Lucas encountered an old acquaintance. A grizzled figure with a past as tattered as his own, this man held a thread that led to Emily. He was a former associate of Lucas, a partner in crime, a brother in arms. He had betrayed Lucas once, a long time ago, and had paid the price. He had lost his eye, his hand, and his dignity. He had lived in fear and shame ever since. He had a score to settle, a debt to repay, a chance to redeem himself. But salvation came with a cost, one last task to absolve his sins. The man told Lucas that he had overheard the kidnappers talking about their plans. They had a hideout, a warehouse, a rendezvous point. They had a boss, a leader, a mastermind. They had a deadline, a demand, a ransom. They wanted Lucas to do something for them, something unthinkable, something unforgivable. They wanted him to kill someone important, someone innocent. They wanted him to kill the mayor of the town, the man who had given Lucas a second chance, the man who had adopted Emily as his niece. Lucas hesitated, torn between the shadows he had vowed to leave behind and the beacon of hope burning bright in the form of his daughter's innocence. He knew it was a trap, a test, a trick. He knew it was wrong, immoral, inhuman. He knew it was impossible, improbable, implausible. But he also knew it was his only option, his last resort, his final hope. With gritted teeth and a resolve carved from steel, he agreed, knowing that the path ahead would demand sacrifices. The night wore on, each ticking second an eternity, as Lucas meticulously navigated the treacherous labyrinth set by the kidnappers. The trail led him through desolate streets, abandoned warehouses, and into the heart of darkness he thought he had escaped. He faced obstacles, challenges, and dangers. He dodged bullets, blades, and bombs. He fought thugs, goons, and henchmen. He used his skills, his instincts, and his wits. He was a man on a mission, a father on a quest, a warrior on a crusade. At the stroke of midnight beneath the canopy of stars, Lucas faced the syndicate. A chilling standoff ensued, the air thick with tension, as Emily stood at the center of the looming confrontation. The glint of danger danced in the eyes of her captors, their malevolence palpable in the eerie silence that enveloped them. They were a ruthless gang, a formidable foe, a deadly threat. They had guns, knives, and explosives. They had masks, suits, and tattoos. They had numbers, power, and leverage. They had Lucas's daughter. With a heart that echoed the battle cries of a father's love, Lucas unleashed a tempest of fury. Shadows from his past collided with his present as he fought with the ferocity of a man possessed. Each strike a testament to his desperation to shield his daughter from the hands of fate. He shot, stabbed, and punched. He kicked, slashed, and smashed. He roared, cursed, and prayed. He was a force of nature, a storm of rage, a whirlwind of vengeance. He was unstoppable. In the crescendo of chaos and redemption, Lucas emerged victorious, his daughter enveloped in his protective embrace. He gazed into her tear-filled eyes, whispering promises of a future untainted by his past. The weight of his sins lifted, not erased but balanced by the priceless gift of his daughter's safety. He had done it, he had won, he had survived. He had saved his daughter, he had defeated his enemies, he had conquered his demons, he had redeemed himself. As the first rays of dawn painted the sky in hues of amber and gold, Lucas walked away from the remnants of his darker days. The town whispered tales of his heroic act, a story woven from the threads of redemption and sacrifice. With Emily's hand clasped firmly in his, Lucas set forth into the sunrise, a new chapter awaiting them, one where the shadows of his past would forever be eclipsed by the light of his unwavering love.